Mounting. I'm motivated. Thank you. Thank you, bots. Took my name. I'm motivated to live out of spite. Oh, I can't read. I literally, I'm illiterate now. I'm illiterate. Good morning, Maro. How are you? How are you doing? Good morning, Oni-chan. Good morning, Tim Tom Tat. You can feel superior to other Moonies and know deep within your heart that I don't hate you specifically. Good morning, Graves. Good morning, Kanan. Good morning, Luxife. How are you? Oh, good morning, King Fisty. Regular woman, anime waifus are shadow as a puddle. Give me some jank on my woman. I don't know. I'm thinking a lot more about programmable partners. I was gonna say men, but it doesn't have to be a man. I don't discriminate. Give me outing Lethal K. Give me outing the consultant 427. Manic Coronium. I don't believe the moon has landed. It must be AI. You know, it would be smart if it was an AI landing. Good morning, Piscata. Good morning, Ice Cream. How are you? Good morning, Drakova 14. Finally managed to catch a stream early. Oops, that's an accident. I actually sat here for probably 10 minutes and thought to myself, I don't want to start the stream. I don't want to start the stream. I won't start the stream. I don't want to start the stream. I thought to myself, every time someone puts a message in chat, I want to start the stream less. I do get triggered, a little bit. I can't be specific because my life will be in danger if I get specific, but I'll just leave it at that, vaguely. Meowing on college right now for my life. See you next time. Also, 2D is better than 3D. Okay, Sig and Diff, do well. Study hard, get good grades. Skill issue. Meowing Agigoka. Meowing Aspect 345. She hates the Moonies who aren't superior. Aspect 345. I don't hate you either. So you can feel superior as well. Glad you're here. You should have had an intro screen playing so that could count towards 30 minutes. I don't like intro screens. I think they're annoying. Or not annoying. More like I'm impatient. I think that's what it is. I think I'm just impatient. Is this furry waifu bipedal or quad? Can it speak English? It could be whatever you want. Your waifu, if it's 2D, it could be whatever you want. It always warms my heart when the streamer actually says hello to me. By the way, you could just say Drakova. Okay. Well, hi. Hello. Intro screens are cringe. Oni-chan, you have an intro screen. Good morning, success. Oh, also, I learned today that by streaming exclusively on Kick, you get paid more money. I don't know if that's true. I was thinking about money today. I'll be honest. I don't know. I've never lied about this before. Why should I start lying now? So as you guys know, as you boys know, it's not just that I don't want to get a job. I also don't want to get a job. I want to be my own business owner, but I don't have any good ideas and I don't have any talents or skills. I would want to get a job if I could find a job that would make me feel happy and fulfilled instead of making me want to, end myself. But I know beggars can't be choosers, and I'm a beggar in this situation. I get it. I have a lot of thoughts and feelings about the technocratic state that we live in, and the way that jobs. The meaning of what it means to have a job. It's like the same paradigm between a producer and a consumer. An employee and an employer, right? You are a beggar, kind of. There's no happiness in the post-industrial machine. Aspect 345, I believe you, and also that's why I'm here. I'm trying to forge some sort of happiness out of misery or something like that. Those don't exist. You're being very relatable right now. Would you run a retail store? Lots of empty malls at the moment. Who would go, King Fisty? Isn't it empty because nobody goes to a mall? I want to be a successful business owner. I don't want to choose a business that's already headed on the way out. I feel like, anyway, speaking of the technocratic state, I do think there will have to be some sort of like underground, underbelly, alternative market, alternative reality type of thing, unless they gather us all up on buses and ship us to El Salvador. They might do that anyway. But I think in the meantime, there will be something like that. But I don't have a lot of personal connections where I can make my skills useful. So anyway, all of that is to say a lot of words. I wanted to talk about why I'm poor, but oh yeah. So yeah, I'm almost out of credit card debt, which is great. I'm only about $2,000 away from being done with my credit card debt, but that doesn't even start my student loans. I have so much student loan debt. I'm going to take that with me to the grave. I don't think I'll ever be able to dig myself out of that hole. But yeah, it occurred to me how like every dollar I earn is like $0 because I'm still paying off debt. And then I also have I also have monthly expenses and stuff. Anyway, I think the MRI clinic was a good idea if you got the funding. Yeah, I think so too. Unless things radically change with healthcare, and I don't really know what's going on with that. Amazon wanted to build factory cities. Apparently, Oni-chan, that is not new. It's in the literature for that all of these billionaires are being informed by, and it's not just Amazon that wants that. But yeah, and that's where we're headed, to something like that. Well, finding the hole in the market, filling it is 80% of the whole entrepreneur thing. Yeah, King Fisty, I didn't say that I'm not necessarily discouraged by it. I'm still looking and experimenting, trying. It's interesting because as well, it's sort of like I exist virtually and I also exist in the real world. And I want my business to exist more virtually than in the real world because I just don't like being in the real world all that much. But I feel like I don't know. You know what I think? I think I just have too much paranoia and anxiety. I think the truth is I should be more like Mark Zuckerberg and just go for it. I should stop caring so much and just go for it. What's the worst they can do? Debank me, right? Or whatever else they can do. Anyway, don't donate to me. Poor rants. You know, I can't even rant about being poor because to be truthful, I don't think I've ever experienced true poverty. I think so this is more complicated than I have the mental, what do you call it? Brain cells to get into. But I think there's like true poverty where you don't have choices and education, and you also don't have access. I'm the more middle class poverty where I was promised a lot. I was promised the American dream and it feels inaccessible. So I'm poor. I'm poor on by all means on paper. I'm poor on paper, but I'm leeching off my parents. That's what I mean. That's the crux of it. Lizard maxing. Oh shit, my bad. Hope you had a great time. A lot of people are on dialysis and they literally need it to survive. That's true. Mark Zuckerberg has one of the colorblinds. Dentistry is always in demand. Well, there's a stiff competition there. I don't want to be a dentist. I have volunteered in a dental clinic before though. 2D versus 3D. What about 4D? 4D is my favorite personality type. 2D and 3D women are just the ones that I'm pitting against one another for today. But I do prefer 4D as well. Your first world poor, an American dream exists just everywhere else is the competition. If you feel bad, someone has it worse. Yes, the consultant 427. So that's what I'm trying to do as well. It's like, it's so weird when your brain is so negative and like logically that you shouldn't be negative because there's so much to be grateful for and you have a lot of choice and opportunity, and that my trap is more of a mental trap than it is a physical trap. Like there's someone out there who, even if they wanted to, they can't be a VTuber because they have real problems. Like, I don't know, not having electricity, not having a smartphone, right? Or right, especially whatever. I won't get into it because I don't know all the specifics. But there's people who like don't live in a clean place, don't have a clean place to sleep. And so what the hell is my excuse? I don't have a good excuse. Not having electricity sounds like a skill issue, right? But I wonder about it sometimes. What would have happened if I was born somewhere else? Also, the tariffs made me think of that because, apparently, the president, my president, at first when he proposed the tariffs would have been much higher in very poor places where the balance of trade is very imbalanced because they can't afford to import from the US. So it's kind of a one-sided thing and whatever. I was just thinking like, I joke a lot about starting a commune in Cambodia, but imagine for a moment that I actually was born and raised in Cambodia. I probably wouldn't be here right now talking to you all. At least not, I don't know, maybe I would be, but probably not. This isn't going to change unless the system collapses so badly it becomes unrecoverable. Keynesian economics hate. I haven't read enough about economics to understand what that means, but I'm still reading. Good morning, my kohai. Also, good morning, Maka. Wow. I think you can be sad and upset even when you're not the worst off. I agree, Luxafe. I agree. I'm not invalidating my sadness 100%. I just mean like 20%, 30%. Also, get me out and kiss. Also, should we just all do a group cry and get it out of the way? Should we all do a group cry and get it out of the way? I saw that original threatening tweet message from Gawr Gura. You all know the one. I saw the one, right? With the picture. And I was like, "Oh, this is trolling or else this is disastrous." So for all the people in the crowd who are on suicide watch right now, it's okay. Hang in there with me. Do not end yet. Moon, did you delete the Discord yet? No, but I really should because I'm afraid of the government. Get me out in tiny ass pants. But yeah, honestly, I'm gonna just go back to sleep later and act like it didn't happen. I don't believe that Gura is actually gonna graduate. I don't want to believe it. I refuse to believe it. I don't want it to end. It was just a few hours ago. I didn't watch the video. I just saw people panicking. Please stream more than once a year. No, I'm gonna graduate. The issue with tariffs is it hurts people, not the business. I think the issue with tariffs are that they're a regressive tax, but I don't think that's necessarily an issue in the sense of like the world doesn't actually care about your feelings and that the world is not actually fair, right? A lot of people will condemn the tariffs because they say they will lead to people actually dying. And I'm thinking to myself, why do we pretend in a system of capitalism that anyone gives a shit about the dying? Nobody cares. Nobody cares if some little kid is dying, in the mines to make your technology products that you're watching the stream on right now, right? I think people purport to care. I think if it happened in front of you, you would care a lot more. Or if it happened to someone you knew, you would care a lot more. Little kid dying sounds like a skill issue, says Maka. That's crazy. But I think, I think a lot of the problem with the apathy that I'm feeling is that so much of people's complaints in politics are posturing. They're more posturing and grandstanding, and they don't care about the things that they purport to care about. The other thing I got in an argument with Oni-chan about is about whether or not workers are actually exploited, right? So, yes, if you're working in a factory, we talked about this a couple of weeks ago, because I'm still learning, by the way. I don't know for sure, but I did think from the perspective of like, if I had nothing else going for me and no other possibilities, perhaps working at an Apple factory could be sort of like a good thing. It could be a positive thing in a global scheme that could potentially be argued as exploitative, but if Apple is offering more money than much more dangerous work in the economy that I live in, and if there's no other if I was in Cambodia and my entire economy was dependent on these foreign companies making slave labor factories and sweatshops, right? Like that $1 USD per day might go a long way over there, right? So to an American, that sounds preposterous, but for them, that could be, I mean, I'm not saying it's great, but it might be better than whatever else is going on over there. But the thing that I can't get around though is this idea that I don't know, maybe I just need to meet more people. Actually, let's do an informal survey in the chat. How many of you in the chat want to work in a factory if you don't already work in one? How many of you raise your hand? You don't even have to type. You could just raise your hand to yourself. I don't think I know a single person. I don't think I know one individual that actually wants to work in a factory. So that's like a whole other thing. And also, like, do we have any business owners in the chat who wants to pay American workers to work in a factory? Okay? Because we're like some of the most entitled people on the entire planet. Can you imagine how much of a headache? I don't know. I mean, maybe some people who pretend like, oh yeah, I would rather give Americans jobs. No, businesses don't care about that. Businesses care about the bottom line. They want to pay as little as they can for the best quality they can get within reason, where the customer doesn't care about quality to whatever extent that is. I know someone who gets paid big bucks to work in a factory. Now, Coronium, I'm not saying that if the price is right, people won't have an incentive to work there. But I'm saying, in general, I don't know. That's why I'm asking, by the way. I'm not really assuming an answer. Depends on the pay and safety standards. Okay. Question, are we working for Willy Wonka? I hope not. Willy Wonka is terrifying. Get meowing, Scully. On this topic, I know factories are really good for disabled people because it's a simple task. All right, Piscana. I'm not saying that there's no utilitarian good in a factory work. I'm just wondering out loud because the other thing is, like I said, I'm very sheltered. Yes, I'm poor, but I'm middle class poor. So everyone that I knew growing up wanted to be something like a doctor or a lawyer or whatever, or a hedge fund manager, something like that. Something like that. So I didn't grow up around too many who aspire to work at a factory. Now, I probably grew up around some who want to own a factory. In fact, I would argue about myself. I would like to own my own factory, to be honest. We're turning this into a mercantile rant. I don't know. This is why communism fails. The lack of incentives. I agree, Suxas. You can't force people to the other thing, too, I would go further and say, not only does communism not work and it's fake, and socialism is also fake and not real, I think even economics to a large extent is made up. It's entirely made up. I went into this trying to learn and discover, hoping that it was a science. It is not a science, boys. It is a guess. It's a best guess, and it's very theoretical. The other thing too is that economics could potentially work if human beings were rational creatures, but we're not rational minded. We're very emotional, easy to manipulate. Propaganda can, just as easily turn things in a good way as it can ruin everything. Anyway, won't lie, could be doing better. Used to have 2020. Economics are wizard magic BS, right? I'm so disappointed. I expected more. Moon wants to own a sweatshop. You heard it here first. Coronium? I won't, Yes, I do. I also want to start a cult, but I'm not allowed to say that. But I'll say it anyway because honestly, my life is temporary, and the more I think about it, okay, so what if I go to prison? So what if I become a martyr and someone stalks me and doxes me to murder me and target me or whatever? So what if I get groomed by, certain people that I can't mention by name and then end up doing atrocities or something like that? Like, life is short, I might as well go out with a bang. Can't stay. I need to cook dinner. Okay, enjoy cooking dinner. Cambodian Moonies rejoicing at the fact they can one day make moon plushies for $5 a month. Oh, that would be so sweet. A cult and a sweatshop has enough overlap to be the same thing. Thank you, Luxafate. You see the vision. I'm happy. Some of you see the vision. And also, imagine if it's willing. Imagine if everyone there is happy. So it's different than the current state of sweatshops and the current state of to some degree. So I feel like it would be like if Apple fanboys who are obsessed with the concept would get to work in the factory. They would do it for free, essentially. Maybe, perhaps. Commanding Doomer Dante, flat is justice. I agree. That's true. Anyway, let's get started with the show. I've talked enough about shit I don't know enough about. I thought to myself today, should I get another degree? Should I go back to school? I don't have money. I can't go back to school. I need to start a business. If anyone here in the community is an entrepreneur themselves and wants to, start something like a think tank with me, chop the shit or whatever. I don't know what the words are, but I want to hear more. I want to meet entrepreneurs. I want to meet people that are more successful than me. Get degree. Work for Arasaka. Who's that? Talk shop. The anime you recommended, Salad Something, was a cult sweatshop making figures for their god. That's smart. All Apple phones are the same. What kind of goods would the Moonies make in your sweatshop? Period panties. Were you a big Gura fan? Luxafate? No. I was medium. Small to medium. I've never played or seen Cyberpunk. Okay, let's start this shit. Good morning, good afternoon, and good nacht, wherever you are in the world. Thank you, and also thank you for tuning in to Love Talk with missusmoonson. This is a daily talk show where your host, that's me, is a smitten kitten that chats about love, life, anime, and, etc. Not always in that order. I go live on Kick and Twitch every single day at 8 o'clock Universal, and nothing ever changes. It's like clockwork. Over on Kick, I don't want to give you guys any Monero because, I don't know, I'm also having second thoughts about cryptocurrency. Now, it's not that I don't believe in Monero anymore or XMR. I still believe in XMR. I still believe in it for some whatever idiotic reason. I believe in it more than I believe in any other privacy token or coin. I just, I don't know. I'm just losing faith completely. Or as much faith as I had before, rather. So I wouldn't put all of my money in it. I would put maybe a little bit. Time for us to starve. Or maybe I wouldn't put any money in it, but I'll just accept money in it. Crypto is a Babylon thing. What does that mean? What does that mean? We're dying out here with some rain. Well, Oni-chan or Scully can make it rain if they want to, but you don't have to. Anyway, it's Waifu Wednesday. Yes, that time again is here. It's a day of the week that we most look forward to because we can celebrate the waifus who make life worth living. I said make life worth living. But it's true. Anime women make me not want to end my life. It makes me want to live another day. Anime girls, anime women, they're my favorite. So I will recommend an anime, and then I'll talk about the question of the day, and then we'll do the waifu wars. Okay? So I hope you're ready. Let's just go. Let's go faster, actually. I'm over time. This is not correct. Fine, I'll leave it here in my embarrassment. This is not correct. I forgot to update the stream slides. My bad. Here's the correct anime. I know most of you have seen this one already. It's called Bloom Into You, otherwise known as Yagate Kimi ni Naru. Has anyone seen this? I know at least one person has seen this. What if they graduate? It's like Zimbabwe dollars. Start a geopolitics military analysis channel like Perrin on YouTube, but presented by a cat girl. I've never heard of Perrin, But that's a good idea, Aspect 345. I would genuinely be interested in that. I fear because I don't know enough about it myself, and I actually care. So it's just like, I would have to learn a lot. Get Meowing Rue 1089. I mean, it could be interesting, though, to take the perspective of a cat girl who doesn't know anything and is trying to learn something. It could be potentially useful. Anyway, this is a Yuri anime, and yes, Luxafate, peak. It's great. I haven't gotten that far. I only watched 3-ish episodes. But basically, both of these girls have been turning down boys, right? They've been turning down love confessions, and they're like, you know, all these people say that they are in love with me. They want to date me, but I feel nothing. My heart isn't moving. It's not going doki doki, you know? And the one with the short hair oversees, or like accidentally sees the one with the long hair getting confessed to and turning that boy down, and then it sparks something within her. And yeah, then the two of them end up kind of liking each other. We aren't Slop Enjoyer. That's a really popular Yuri. Damn, that's crazy. The chick on the left has really weird eyes in that shot. I could send you Monero, my good friend and enjoyer of peak bands. I don't have a crypto wallet yet, so I can't accept it, but in the future. But yeah. Okay, I'll read the thingy. You, Koito, thought love would be something amazing and magical, but when a male friend asks her to date, she feels nothing. She doesn't even know how to respond until she overhears the student council president of her new high school, Toko Nanami, turning down a similar request. With Toko's help, Yu manages to let her friend down gracefully, but then Toko confesses that she herself is starting to have feelings for Yu, leaving Yu in a quandary. Yu doesn't think she's in love, but she does feel something. As Yu joins the student council, they become closer. Her confusion about her feelings only continues to grow because you can't control who you love or who falls in love with you. I do like that there's a kiss very early on. This made me imagine confessing to your childhood crush and then she's like, nah, I'm gay now. That's funny. That's really funny. It's not funny. Wait, it is funny though. I've had kind of the opposite happen to me. I talked about this before. I'm that kind of like, I don't know, whatever. I've had more than one boyfriend come out as gay. Come out as gay after dating me. Now, I say boyfriend and dating very loosely because these were all online relationships that lasted for less than a week. But the fact that it's happened more than once, the fact that I'm sort of like this weird safe space for gay men to experiment and decide if they're straight or not. I don't know. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that says about me. Damn, Moon really turning men gay. I think what it is like they like me as a friend, and then they like me so much as a friend that they start to wonder, am I really gay? Like, could I like a girl? And then they ask me out, and I'm like, whatever, let's try. And that's a problem too, because I should turn them down because I had no feelings. But I don't know. I don't know what it's gonna feel like, so I figure I'll just try. But yeah, within a day or two, they're just like, oh no, yeah, definitely not. I feel like some Moonies are going to use this as an excuse and then try to like become close to me by pretending that they're gay or something. If even gay men fall for you, then you must be amazing. That's actually impressive. Is it? Is it? Moon just puts no effort and that somehow turns people gay. No. I didn't turn them gay. They were all closeted. So I wonder if I just give him the courage. I give him the courage to come out. He's into cougars, turning men gay. Our cult leader works in mysterious ways. I mean, that's true. That's true. I do identify as I don't know. Nothing. Let's talk about the question of the day. What is it? You have to be Mondo Altus to pretend to be the gay best friend to get close to you. I wouldn't put it past someone. Hey, if I like someone enough, I would do the same. I was thinking about that today. Uh, I wish there was like a VTuber that I was obsessed with and I was parasocial with so that I could like feel what it must be like to be in love with them and then try to get close to them. I don't know. I've never felt that way. So I gotta keep looking, I guess. I guess a Moon harem will never work under those circumstances. Probably not. Moon hits her boyfriends with a gay beam so she could stay single. You know. That's easy. What do you mean that's easy? Gunpie crying right now? I don't think she would cry. Why would she be crying? Why would my wife be crying? You wouldn't need to pretend to be the gay bestie because you already are that. Are you talking about me? I feel insulted, but also, I don't know. It's probably true. Would you rather marry an anime waifu or a regular woman? Be honest, chat. No lying, no liars today. We're only telling the truth. That is the question of the day. Is 2D, in fact, greater than 3D? I think it is. I'm being honest with you. I wish I could marry an anime waifu. I really do. I think they're lovely. I think they're great. They're not complicated. There's so many VTubers. When I followed you, I noticed the same style of voice in another VTuber. Kick clips. That is the second time I've heard that. But I've never heard anyone that sounds like me. So I wonder, can you tell me which one it is? Who's copying me? Tell me. Kick clips. Tell me which VTuber is copying me. I promise I'll just hug them. I won't do anything, unbecoming. Real women. Focus on finding friends. Maybe you get lucky, find a lover in the pile. Worst case scenario, you have friends. King Fisty, you keep forgetting that I have borderline personality disorder. I don't know how to maintain friendships. Is the anime waifu real? If so, it's an easy pick. I think the word waifu would already mean she's the ideal significant other. That's a good point. What if she's not real? What if she lives only in your imagination, in the screen, on your body pillow, etc.? Would you still pick her over a real woman? Aspect wants a real woman. I want a meat-based woman. Bots my name. You know, you don't want a plant-based woman? Why not? What's wrong with the vegans? Marriage sounds like a big pain. Oh, I would love to get married. I don't think it's going to happen in my lifetime. According to my horoscope, I don't think it's looking good. I think it's going to be my 50s. Not saying anyone's copying. There's so many VTubers eventually this is coming. You know, click clips. I was just joking, by the way. I'm joking. You're right. I'm just like all the other girls. I'm a basic bitch. I'd rather marry an anime woman because you can find the accurate one for you versus being stabbed in the back or threatened or something stupid. Speaking of stabbing in the back, why don't we get started with the waifu wars? This week's theme are crazy waifus. We're going for the psychopaths. The waifus your mom told you to watch out for. The waifus that should have been institutionalized. But you like them that way, don't you? Don't you? Your voice is different, but style is close to Fallen Shadow on Twitch. Oh, thank you. That's a great compliment. I don't see a resemblance at all. I am a big Sean Doe enjoyer though. I'm cunny pilled. Let's let's start the waifu wars. If only I was prepared with the waifus. Okay, waifu number 1. You already knew it was coming. This one was very obvious. Oh boy, my favorite type. Yuno Gasai from Future Diary or Mirai Nikki. So she has a magical diary that tracks her crush's movements. She's known for extreme violence and willingness to murder anyone who gets close to her crush. What the hell, no? Gamal in Croat. Some of you guys like this. You know it's fucking garbage. I don't care what 2 is, but definitely her. This is horrid slop. Is that anime moon? I'm not a yandere. I'm a himedere. I think I'm a princess. There's a difference. She maintains a sweet and innocent appearance, but she has a violent nature. So, if you want your woman to like you very aggressively, super aggressively, to the point where she would kill for you? Perhaps. She has a disturbing habit of talking to her parents' corpses after killing them. Oh, she's also a murderer. I forgot that part. I forgot that part. But you know, some of you boys are into that. I just know it. I have a feeling. Okay, waifu number 2, another crazy woman. I like this one a little bit more just because of her color scheme, but she also seems more excitable. Her name is Shiro. She's from Dead Man Wonderland. She has a split personality known as the Wretched Egg, which emerges under stress. She created her alternate personality as a coping mechanism after experiencing torture. That crazy bitch from Dead Man Wonderland, no thanks. Both are amazing options, says Success. I told you. Some of you are into this type. I want none. Both of these girls are horrid. Shiro is more innocent, right? I do think Shiro is more trainable. Shiro. I'm so sad they ruined the anime. I'm sorry, Piscana. I'm sorry that they ruined it. She maintains a cheerful exterior while harboring violent alternate personality. She's responsible for massacring an entire classroom at the start of the series. And yeah, her weird behaviors, her weird pattern of behavior is due to psychological trauma. So take your pick. Which crazy that was a Freudian slip. Which crazy waifu do you want? I'm not included in these. I'm not included in the options. I am crazy, but I'm not your waifu. That's for legal reasons. I wish I could be, but I promise you I'm not. I don't know either. Split personality sounds like 2 GF for the price of 1. Tim Tom Tat, I like the way you think. That's smart too. Yeah, she seems a lot more excitable, more trainable, and also 2 waifus, you know? You never know which one you're gonna get. One will kill me and protect me. The other I don't know much about. Moon is waifu. No, I'm not, Piscana. I can't be. I'm a hag and a maiden. The one on the right, no question about it. Give me on a Taro 558. She seems a lot less mentally stable. Right? That's your type. That is your type. I don't know who won. I can't see the kick poll. Let's see. Oh, it looks like Shiro won by quite a bit. By 6-3. Thank you guys for voting. Anyway, that was Waifu Wars. Unfortunately, we can't marry either of them just yet, but you know, never say never. I think the future is looking promising as far as AI goes. So, who knows? Maybe 10 years from now, we can get a robot from Elon Musk and then program it to be exactly like Shiro and then have it. I don't know. I didn't think it through. What comes next? Anyway, I'll give you a quote and then I'll leave. I'm way over time again. I think I just like you guys too much, so I have to. Maybe I should graduate, just like Gura. You see other men married to your wife. I don't mind sharing. I like being cucked. The winner is Moon. No. The left one is more enjoyable to be around. Okay. Thanks for the stream. Thank you for coming. Here's the quote. Actually, I lied. That's not the quote. I will prepare more tomorrow. I will be more prepared tomorrow. I promise. Here it is. May you attract someone who speaks your language so you don't have to spend a lifetime translating your soul. Now, I did steal this quote from Twitter, but I have a feeling it was not from my usual, hustle culture guru fathers. It's a different type of source. When I think about it, this one really resonates with me. I'm not gonna lie. There are some people. Actually, no. I'll just be. Yeah. Let's be more specific. Most people don't understand me. I'm very, very weird. In fact, you think I'm weird on stream. I'm even weirder off of stream, to be honest. It's pretty bad. It's unbecoming. This is why nobody likes me, not even my family members. I'm not complaining. I'm just being factual. But I do believe someday, somewhere, somehow, some way, I will meet someone who I won't have to explain myself to so much, and they will understand my soul, and that will be my soulmate. And even if I have to program them into existence, even if they're not real and I have to make them from scratch myself, I wouldn't mind. Anyway, I gotta go. Bye. Thank you. Bye. A recent study has found that women who carry a little extra weight live longer than men who mention it. Atomic Annie, that's fucking hilarious. Ah, I enjoy being hated, to be honest. What do you mean? Please explain. I can't explain. I have to go. Anyway, thank you everyone for coming to the stream. Not coming. Thank you for visiting the stream. I mean, arriving. I'll be back tomorrow with Therapy Thursday. That's when I do the weird, awkward, cringe roleplay shit. So if you want to miss it, I don't blame you. You can skip tomorrow and I'll see you on Friday. Have a wonderful day. It's been awesome. I love you. If you're watching this on YouTube, hi. If you're not watching this on YouTube, don't watch it on YouTube. Watch it on Odyssey instead. Mrs. Moonson archive on Odyssey. Okay, see ya. Bye.